It is 5 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Developing right now, investigators are working to find out what happened to two people found dead inside a home, why they say the deaths are suspicious, and should you be worried? And in a few weeks, Aris Tisdale will learn his fate after he was convicted of killing St. Lucie County Sergeant Morales, why a state attorney is frustrated with Tisdale. Plus, Thanksgiving's just 4 days away, if you can believe it, and we know cooking the perfect turkey can be a difficult task. Well, ahead, we have new gadgets that will help you prepare that perfect meal. Good morning. Welcome to Today on 5. I'm Christina Noche here along with my buddy, Tyler Malden. And you have a big day today because I came in today and it was rainy, slick roads, dark.
And you know, that's pretty much the way it was yesterday. And that was expected. We're going to have a heavy rain yesterday, and we're expecting more again today, too. And it's going to last pretty much all day long. It's not until tomorrow that some drier air comes in and that cooler air, the coolest air of the season arrives, too. I'm talking about lows in the 50s and 60s next week, highs in the 70s. So you do have something to look forward to once we get through all this rain. And boy, do we have a lot of it right now. Take a look at Live Upper 5 Max. You can see all of this rain streaming in from the southwest. This is right ahead of our front. The front is sitting right there, and the front is pushing all this moisture into the viewing area in the form of rain. So let's take a tour of Live Upper 5 Max, starting up here in Indian River County. Sebastian, you just had a really heavy shower push through, and it's about to intensify once again. That yellow and that orange right there, that bullseye, is going to go right over your area here in just a second. So do expect heavier rain and probably some gusty winds. At the moment, no lightning up here along the Treasure Coast, but that could change because some of these showers are beginning to get a little stronger. And then down here across Palm Beach County, it is dry at the moment for the most part along the coastline, but notice that we have this big batch of moisture beginning to push eastbound, and that will come over the coastline here in 30 minutes or so. The hour-by-hour forecast calls for isolated to scattered showers this morning. Yeah, we could see a couple of breaks in the clouds this morning once that sun is up, but not a lot. For the most part, the clouds are going to win out today. It's going to be another cloudy day, a mild day, though, with temperatures in the low 80s. Showers and thunderstorms, yet again, are expected. That cool down is on the way. I'll let you know how cool it'll get next week where you live coming up.
I want to bring you some breaking overnight news. Deputies are out investigating, out on the streets right now after a crash. This is happening on Belvedere Road and Drexel Road. News Channel 5's Jamel Lene is live from the scene with the latest. Jamel.
Well, good morning. We're here in suburban West Palm Beach where a very serious accident, traffic crash has happened on Drexel Road. We're just north of Belvedere Boulevard. And if you go ahead and take a look over here, there's still a piece of this headlight that's broke off here right in the grassway. If you go ahead and take a look down the street, here is the accident scene. Now, we have very limited details, but what we can tell you so far is that this is a two-car crash. As you can see, the tow trucks, they just arrived on the scene. This accident happened around 3 o'clock this morning. We do know that there were several injuries. We're told at this time that one person was trauma-hawked to a local hospital and 2 other people were taken to nearby hospitals by ground. Again, we do not know the conditions of these people who were involved in this accident, but again, the tow truck drivers, they are here now cleaning up the rummage that's in the road at this time. We have reached out to PBSO to try to get some type of details on the people who were involved in this accident. What do they think happened and their injury? So again, we are working to get more information regarding this two-car crash here on Drexel Road. It's just right by Winbrook Elementary, so if you are living in this area, you will know that part of this road is shut down at the time. Again, once we get more details from the Sheriff's Office, we'll be sure to pass that information along. That's the latest here in suburban West Palm Beach. I'm Jamel Lene for Wptv News Channel 5.
And, of course, we'll be going back to Jamel throughout the morning for an update on that crash. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is investigating after 2 people were found dead late yesterday afternoon. It happened in the 9,000 block of Alexandra Circle in Green Acres. Investigators say 2 people were shot to death. Sources say the victims are adults. That's all the information we're getting right now. Investigators were called to the scene around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Neighbors described the family that lives there as quiet and people who really stay to themselves.
Would just go inside, mind their own business. They weren't like socializing, but they were nice. They said hi if they saw you outside. how are you, or just a wave of hand. Then they went on with their business.
Neighbors also say the family moved in only about a month ago. Detectives have not released the names of the victims. They say the public is not in danger and that the shooting was isolated. 2 people hospitalized after a 2-car crash in downtown West Palm Beach. Westbound Okeechobee Boulevard had to be shut down yesterday after this Nissan Rogue, you're looking at it right there, a lot of damage, flipped over. One person had to be cut out of the vehicle. One person in the second SUV was also taken to the hospital. No word yet on the cause of that crash. A 13-year-old boy remains in the hospital this morning after he was struck by a train in Hobe Sound Friday night. Police say Jordan Cook was trying to cross the tracks with his friend while on their bicycles. The teenager's bike was clipped by the train and forced underneath it. The teenager was thrown from his bike as well. He was transported to the hospital with several broken bones and some internal injuries. Well, it could be weeks before we know if a man convicted of killing a St. Lucie sheriff's sergeant will die for his crime. In an emotional hearing this week for Aris Tisdale, the assistant state attorney called Tisdale a cold-blooded killer, expressing frustration that he never took the stand.
He had an opportunity to speak from the beginning of this trial till today, till the sentencing, and my guess is you won't hear a word from him because he's a coward.
Tisdale's last chance to say something in open court will be when the judge issues his sentence. That's going to come in late December or early January. Well, for the first time in Palm Beach County, felons will be able to apply for jobs without stating that they're a felon, all because Palm Beach County city leaders passed Ban the Box. Now, this is according to our news partners at the Palm Beach Post. Human Resource Directors Wayne Condry told commissioners this in an email. The department will still do criminal background checks when called for by state law, but now they'll do them only after someone is hired. To read more, you can go to our website, Wptv.com, and get more specifics on this change. A warning now on the Treasure Coast this morning involving a terrible phone scam we want to let you know about. Victims of the scam have told the Martin County Sheriff's Office the scammers call saying they are holding a family member hostage. Then they demand money and threaten to kill the loved one. The sheriff says if you get a call like this, hang up. All right, it is 5:07 on your Sunday morning. Thank you for waking up with us. What was a big win for Democrats in Louisiana? The title just claimed by a party candidate for the first time since 2008. That's coming up just ahead. Plus, we got your major turkey tips, some handy gadgets that'll make cooking that perfect turkey just a bit easier.
Rain is all over the radar, but there's a little light at the end of the tunnel. Eventually we'll dry out, and we'll also see some cooler air arrive. When to expect it and how cool it'll get at 5:18.
Make money from home. The 2 things you absolutely need to be successful.
I'm now making more than I ever have in my life.
And the one tool to use first to make sure a company is legit. Tomorrow on Wptv News Channel 5 at 11.
We're empowering families with information to make your money go further.
We share stories specifically to help you.
Reduce monthly expenses, earn more money, find better opportunities.
Empowering you to make your money go further on WPTV News Channel 5.
Phil, what happened to you?
Oh, it's Black Friday. It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on select 2016 Buick Enclave models in stock the longest and get cash back for 10% of the MSRP. That's $5,000 on this Enclave.
Why let someone else have all the fun?
Yeah.
The sometimes haphazard, never boring fun. The why can't it smell like this all the time fun.
What did we do yesterday?
The learning the virtue of sharing fun. Why let someone else have all the fun? That's no fun.
Whoa, good, eh?
Unleash the power of dough. Give it a pop.
There's a new Nissan dealership in South Florida with a new way of buying a car. Announcing the grand opening of the all-new West Palm Beach Nissan. Choose from 300 new Nissans and 650 used vehicles, backed by our 110% price guarantee. That means grand opening specials like 2015 Altimas for $139 per month or 0% for 72 months, including a lifetime limited powertrain warranty and exclusive customer benefits like complimentary car washes and service loaner vehicles. A new automotive experience is waiting for you at the grand opening of the all-new West Palm Beach Nissan.
Jaguar introduces our new generation of vehicles, built from lightweight aluminium to enhance performance, connected like never before with the latest technology. We do love it when a plan comes together. Now all our new models are protected by best-in-class coverage, including complimentary scheduled maintenance. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer during the Unwrap a Jaguar sales event.
All right, if you take a look outside, you'll notice a little rainy today, but we do still have some ways you can spend your weekend. Here's a look at our community calendar. First, you can head to downtown Stuart for the Stuart Green Market. Vendors will be out on the water, rain or shine, so no matter what, from 9 a.m. until 1, they will be there. You can go join them. Or come swing under the banyan trees. There will be a free community yoga class at Phipps Park in West Palm Beach. That's starting at 9:30. And Delray Beach is giving out Thanksgiving turkeys to families in need. The birds will be given out at 1 p.m. That's at Catherine Strong Park. A second giveaway is also planned for 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Turkeys will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis, so if you need one, that's where you can go. For more information, contact the Parks and Recreation Department. That number, you're looking at it right on your screen. To learn more about what's happening in your neighborhood, or if you have an idea for us, log on to our website, Wptv.com, and click on the community calendar link. Democrat John Bel Edwards has won the runoff election for Louisiana governor, defeating the once heavy favorite Republican David Vitter and handing the Democrats their first statewide victory since 2008. Vitter says he's not going to run again for the U.S. Senate after losing the election. Vitter made the announcement last night in New Orleans after it became apparent that he would not win. Edwards, a state lawmaker, will take over the office from term-limited Republican Governor Bobby Jindal in January. Brussels, Belgium is a city on edge this morning. This after the Belgian government raised its terror threat for that city to the highest level and warned of an imminent threat of a Paris-style attack. Meantime, the intense manhunt for suspected terror accomplice Salah Abdeslam, last seen crossing the French border into Belgium last Saturday, continues. Several of the Paris attackers had ties to Belgium. Well, on the campaign trail, two of the leading candidates talking about the threat from ISIS and taking in refugees from parts of the war-torn Middle East. Donald Trump addressing his statements about a database to track Muslims in the United States. Trump said he wants information on Syrian refugees and also called for additional surveillance of arriving refugees and certain mosques.
I want surveillance of these people. I want surveillance if we have to.
On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton denounced calls for a broad database to track Muslims. More than 24 governors now oppose allowing any Syrian refugees into their states. Some new billboards have popped up around Orange County, urging drivers to educate themselves about Islam. You're looking at one of them there. Does Muhammad love? The boards, they've been put up on Thursday at 4 locations. They were put up by American Muslim Community Centers. The chairman of the centers says the billboards offer an open invitation.
An invitation to get the facts, because there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Reid says the campaign is a little edgy, but it will engage people to find facts about the Islamic faith. Should a Central Florida police officer have lost his job after being videotaped on a concert stage with a death metal band singing the lyrics, "Let the Killing Begin"? Officer Andrew Ricks of the Sanford PD was next to a band member wearing a shirt that mixed the Virgin Mary with inappropriate words. Someone brought the video to the chief's attention, a video that surprised many city residents.
He ain't got no business. He's a fool if he's in uniform and get up and act like a damn child. That ain't just for him. That's for everybody. Unacceptable.
Ricks was on the Sanford force for less than 6 years. Well, for many Americans, Thanksgiving is a day all about eating, tons of eating, but sometimes that pressure can make things stressful in the kitchen. Mark Berger shows us some gadgets that will help you prepare that perfect family meal.
Upping your kitchen game to take on Thanksgiving game can get a high-tech boost.
This is a device that allows a home cook to do what's called sous vide.
It's a French cooking method that prepares meat or vegetables sealed in a plastic bag in hot water at a precise temperature. This ANOVA model even comes with an app that can start or stop cooking remotely.
Let's say you have to run out and you want it to cook for, 30 minutes. You can actually program this on your iPhone.
The ANOVA keeps turkey moist, but a Sansair blowtorch can add a finishing touch.
This guy right here is going to crisp that skin right up for you. Or if you want to caramelize the top of a pumpkin pie.
A new Breville immersion blender with attachments can save time and space.
What makes this so great is that you can actually maneuver it around the kitchen.
While many cooks may still be using grandma's recipes, more and more are pulling those instructions up on mobile devices.
My parents always use their iPad in the kitchen now. They don't even have really recipe cookbooks anymore.
This stand with a Bluetooth speaker by Williams-Sonoma is especially made for electronics in the kitchen. A cover can add a layer of protection.
It's basically like a splatter screen, so it prevents anything that you're cooking or, splattering all over the place from getting on your phone.
Chef Sleeve also makes thin protective covers that are disposable, so that the most expensive thing you'll have to worry about ruining is the turkey. Mark Barker, NBC News.
Yikes, that's one burnt turkey. Well, if you plan to do some shopping over the Thanksgiving weekend, you'll have plenty of company, a lot of people alongside you. According to an annual survey by the National Retail Federation, an estimated 135 million people plan to shop online and in stores on Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, and over the Thanksgiving weekend. That's about 1 million more than last year. After the weekend, Cyber Monday might be even bigger. According to the survey, 183 million people said they would shop or may shop on Cyber Monday. But you'll notice a much smoother ride on several roads in Sebastian. City leaders this past week approved repaving 5 roads. So you can see the list on your screen right there. You might live near some of those. The project will cost about $750,000. A city engineer recently found these roads to be bad. That's how he put it. No word when the road work will begin. Well, more than double the number of pedestrians and bicyclists are killed in Florida compared to the national average. Big difference there. The Palm Beach Post reports that's why Jupiter police are working to increase safety and awareness for everybody on the road. They're reminding people to always walk on sidewalks or facing traffic if there isn't a sidewalk. Drivers need to take out their earbuds and put down those cell phones. And definitely this morning, some wet roads out there, right, Tyler?
Oh, yeah, so you'll want to play it safe out there if you're hitting the roads early this morning. Take a look at Live After 5 Max. We have a ton of rain on radar. All the greens you see here are the light showers. The yellows, the heavier showers, and then the oranges and the reds are the really, really heavy stuff. And you can see that we have basically every single color on the map right now. Let's take a look at the radar and take a tour of the radar. Starting with Indian River County. Sebastian, you're really taking it on the chin right now. You got that one heavy shower pushing through right now. Once that pushes through, and it'll be out of your area here in about 10 minutes from now, this light activity will continue to stream over. So it's intense now, but it'll start to lighten up here in a second. Fort Pierce, you're dry, but we have rain knocking on the door, and that'll come in here in just a second. All of Martin County is under the gun for some showers this morning. And as you can see, the coastline, for the most part of Palm Beach County, is fine, with the exception of Boca, but all of this is streaming to the north and east, and we are going to see a lot of rain this morning in Palm Beach County and the entire viewing area too. Isolated to scattered showers, more like widespread showers this morning, and a couple of breaks in the cloud cover early this morning, but not a lot. For the most part, the clouds are definitely going to win out, so we'll call it mostly cloudy. Here's a look at Vipercast stopping at 8 o'clock this morning. The rain continues to stream over. The clouds are still around. We may see a slight lull in the activity around lunchtime today, but that doesn't last long. As you can see, when another surge of moisture comes flowing over, and that means more showers and more thunderstorms for later on this afternoon and this evening. But as we head through the overnight hours, we start to see all that activity begin to taper off. And notice this, by 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday, we see a clearing trend. That's that front moving through. And the front is going to usher in that cooler and drier air for next week. Temperatures next week will be in the 70s for highs, 50s and 60s for morning lows. It's going to be a really nice change. The weather threats for today are pretty much the same as yesterday. Not much change to the weather pattern. Occasional lightning strike for sure. Wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour and some very heavy rain out there, which could lead to a little bit of flooding. In terms of temperatures today, with the cloud-covered rainfall around, we'll be right around 80 to 81 degrees. The one exception to that rule would be Sebastian. You'll be sitting at 79 degrees later on today. Right now, boaters, the seas are right at 4 feet, and later on this afternoon, they will continue to be around 4 feet, but they could get up to 6 feet in some spots, and you'll be dodging some showers and thunderstorms too. Now, in terms of your beach forecast, man, it's not a good-looking beach day, that's for sure. All you got to do is look out the window or look out the radar, and you know that. But the rip current threat is moderate too. So if it were a good beach day, well, you wouldn't want to hop in the water because that rip current threat is pretty high. To summarize, 81 degrees for a high today, showers and thunderstorms, cloudy skies. The rain will slowly come to an end overnight, and it will be turning really cool over the next few days. Take a look at next week. We have lower rain chances, but isolated showers in the forecast, a mixture of sun and clouds, windy conditions, and some much cooler air. Temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s for morning lows, as you can see. Monday going into Tuesday will be the coolest day, and your afternoon highs will be in the 70s. Back to you.
All right, Tyler, thank you. It's 5:21 on your Sunday morning. Hope you're up and relaxing. A violent encounter between a local teacher and a student goes viral. The people now coming out in the teacher's defense. Plus, Howard is cooking up something in the Mr. Food Test kitchen that will go with anything you have any day of the week. That's coming up.
This fall, not all blockbusters are movies. Get 0% APR for 75 months on most 2015 Cherokee models. Hurry in before this deal ends during the Jeep Black Friday Blockbuster Sales Event going on now through November 30th. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2016 Cherokee Latitude for $219 a month.
Hi, I'm Chris Anders, owner of Palm Beach Boat Club, and I've been boating in South Florida for over 30 years. The best times have always been on the water with my family. These days, it's even easier to own the boating lifestyle without the hassles. Pick out the boat you want, choose a time, and the boat will be ready and waiting. Palm Beach Boat Club is the largest boat club in the U.S. with a fleet of over 70 boats, and we now do stand-up paddleboard sales and rentals. Stop by or go online today.
Santa has a magic snow globe for every family. And whatever he puts in our snow globe shows up at our house. And this year, look at what he put in our driveway.
Santa can do that?
He sure can, honey.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here. Lease the 2016 ES350 for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Seacoast Bank and WPTV News Channel 5 are back in action for the Bill Brooks Food for Families food drive, and it's been kicked into high gear.
We're all dedicated to making South Florida a better place to live. It's our community commitment.
While life happens around us, people are suffering, but
donating is as simple as dropping food off at any Seacoast Bank.
Be part of the Bill Brooks Food for Families food drive. Call this number or go online. Together, we can make a difference.
Be ready to winter with Infiniti. Now through January 4th, lease the Infiniti Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
News on WPTV is sponsored by the Marcus Neuroscience Institute.
Well, sometimes it's the simplest things that are the best, like the dish we're making today. It's a hands-down winner, and it goes with practically anything. You can use it any day of the week with any other entree. Here's Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
The last thing we want to do after working hard on a main dish is spend a lot of time fussing with a side dish. Well, with what we're making today, we won't have to because it's super easy. Plus, this one is one of our online reader favorites, so you know it's got to be good. We start by sautéing some chopped onions in a touch of butter so they soften up. Now, while they're doing their thing, We mix together some flour, salt, black pepper, and a cup each of shredded cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese. Once the onions are tender, into the cheese mixture they go, along with a bit of chopped jalapeno peppers. Well, those are optional. Once that's all mixed, we'll pour it into a casserole dish that's been coated with non-stick cooking spray. A little more cheese goes on top, and we'll bake it off for 30 minutes or until all the cheese is melty. That's it. And make sure you use a large spoon when serving this so you get all those layers of cheesy goodness. Who would ever think that onions could be this exciting? We call them lovin' onions because once you try them, we know you'll be loving them. So what are you waiting for? The recipe's online so you can whip up a tasty side dish that works with almost anything. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for an easier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, well, you can find this recipe, all the other ones from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen on our website. Just go to WPTV.com/Mr. Food. He makes them look good, doesn't he, Tyler?
Yeah. Yeah, that food looks awesome. Howard is also cooking up something really tasty in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Good morning, everyone. Let's take a look at the tropical satellite image. Clearly nothing happening for us. We got the front pushing into the southeast in the state of Florida, but nothing's going to form along this front. You remember yesterday I told you that models are hinting at something trying to form out here just in the northeast of the Bahamas. They're no longer showing anything tropical forming, but maybe a non-tropical low will form. Now, if something tropical were to form, what name would it receive? It would receive the name Larry. Christina, back to you.
All right, Tyler, thank you. Well, coming up, it is 5:26 on your Sunday. A young boy now recovering after a fumigation mishap sent him to the hospital. The change his parents are saying they want to see when we return.